What time is it? It's Packard Folks at time. Hat? Check. Shirt? Check. Pants? Optional. Mug? Double check. Check us out at cafepress.com/PackardPokesat, where you can get all this great merchandise and more.
Do you like Packard Pokesat and want to hear it on demand and on the go? Download the free app today at Stitcher.com. Available on iOS, Android, Nook, and iPad.
This is Packard Pokesat, and I'm poking at your news. Hello, everybody. This is Packard Pokesat, the Midweek Show. This is episode 478. It's 478. Wow. We are fast approaching 800. You know, we should figure out what we're going to do for our 500 show. Should I blow a clown or an elephant or something? What should we do?
Oh boy.
No, but we should do something special for our 500.
Blow up a clown. Wait.
What?
Blow up a clown?
If I blow I was going to say if I blow up a clown, then I'd be arrested by the FBI because I'd be, Trump.
I'm going to say comedians are getting in a hell of a trouble for talking about the president that way.
Yeah.
They'll take away everything and your birthday.
Yeah, no shit. No, that's a line from a joke that I used to know. I don't remember where it comes from, but it's like, because it asks what's going on, something's going on or whatever. He says, what happened? What did he do? Did he blow a clown? No, it's from Lewis Black. Lewis Black said that, I think. Yeah. Tom is still on. Is apparently in Baltimore. I have no idea why he's doing it in Baltimore, but okay. Connie, what story do you have for us tonight?
According to NPR, same-sex marriage support at an all-time high, even among groups that opposed it.
Okay, cool.
And this was done June 8th through the 18th. The question that was asked, which again, the article does state percentages of, error that you allow for. Anyway, Do you strongly favor, oppose, or strongly oppose allowing gays and lesbians to legally marry? That was the question.
Okay.
And there are 6 overall responses. Republicans are now split on this. As of 2013, Republicans opposed same-sex marriage nearly 2-1. They are now virtually split.
Nice.
At 47 and 48%.
Nice.
Older Americans are more in favor now. The survey found that a majority of baby boomers, 56%, now approve. Thank you, old duffs. Get off your ass. Yeah. That's from my generation. And of course, millennials and Gen Xers are much higher. So anyway, let's see. Number 3, among white evangelicals, there's a generational divide. 59% of the white evangelical Protestants still oppose same-sex marriage. Survey data suggests opinions are changing among the younger generation. Nearly half of white evangelical millennials and Gen Xers said that they support legal same-sex marriage, compared to only a quarter of those born before 1964. Again, the baby boomers are sticks in the mud.
Nice. Figures. Yeah, figures.
Blacks' support of it is nudging over 50%, which that was another group along a racial line that they really opposed gay marriage. Let's see, African Americans, a group that has been historically less supportive, 51% now express support, and that's up 12 points from 2015. Number 5, religion does matter. Overall, the weekly attenders of any type of religious service were less likely to support same-sex marriage, only 39%, compared with 75% of those who attend less than weekly. Protestants were on the whole.
Wait, stop. So it's the more you attend church, then
the less you support.
The less you support. That's what I was going for. Yeah. So
yes.
Okay, that's interesting. The fact is that if you don't go as often, you have a tendency to say, okay, well, I guess that's okay.
Right.
That's actually pretty telling, actually, because the fact is these preachers are probably putting hate speech out there in their churches.
Part of indoctrination is immersion.
Yeah.
It really is. It's reshaping your brain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And lastly, gender, income, and education also make a difference. Women overall were more likely to support than men, 64% to 60%. It also increased more of support of marriage, increased with income and higher level of education. For those with postgraduate education, 79% approved, compared with 53% of those with a high school education or less. Yeah, growth and support for same-sex marriage comes at a time when issue is still a matter of public debate and litigation. On Monday, the Supreme Court reaffirmed its 2015 ruling recognizing the right to same-sex marriage, and said that states should give same-sex marriage couples the same rights as heterosexual couples when it comes to issues of issuing birth certificates.
Oh yeah.
And the court,
I heard about this. Yeah.
And the court has agreed to take a case about whether a cake shop owner near Denver, I thought that would have been Oregon, but there were a lot of those, weren't there?
Apparently, yeah.
Should be allowed to refuse to create wedding cakes for gay lesbian couples because of his religiously based opposition to same-sex marriage. So I think that
is that all part of the same story, or did we just like jump from story to story there? Because
no, it's just saying that that the issues about marriage and same-sex marriage and religion is very current. That's what the last paragraph was just reiterating and saying this is topical still. You might think it's not, but it is, because and the courts are still seeing and hearing. They're still hearing arguments.
Oh yeah.
About this. So
no, you're right. I mean, I heard about that too. Is where there was that Missouri, the one you were mentioning. It was Missouri, wasn't it, or was it Arkansas? Anyway,
it was Denver. It said Denver.
It said Denver. I thought it was from. I heard of Missouri. I thought it was Missouri that they had that.
No, well, it was. There was a cake baker.
I'm not talking about the cake maker. I'm talking about the birth certificate thing there.
Oh, I don't know.
That was Missouri.
That is Missouri. Thank you very much.
You're talking about the birth certificate.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
On the birth certificate one there, they were saying that the like lesbian couples or gay couples can't have both parents on there because that's a history of living.
Oh, wait a minute. No, maybe I don't know what that one is. I've never heard of that one. I thought you were talking about the birth control thing.
No.
Oh, okay. Then you were talking about something else then.
Yeah, I was talking about something else. No,
okay.
All right. Anyway, from what I understand is that they were trying to say, you kind of mentioned that there, Connie, that the fact that the hospitals were this government was saying that you couldn't do that because it was supposed to show lineage between who was the mother and who was the father, and that was bullshit because they said that let's say a woman is pregnant but not married to the person who got her pregnant, she gets married to somebody else, and then they put him on the birth certificate instead, so he becomes the father at that point. So they were saying it doesn't matter because if you're not putting down the actual father's name and you're putting down just the person that they're married to as the name, then it doesn't matter if it's both men or both women at that point. And I agree with the fact is that the Supreme Court is saying, hey, you're showing it doesn't make a difference if it's a heterosexual couple.
Maybe our documents need to evolve as society evolves.
I agree. I 100% agree. Matt, what do you got for us tonight?
Oh boy, the religious tards are at it again.
When aren't they at it again?
They stopped at some point.
Did they stop? Because I never got notice. I'm not getting Connie. I'm not getting my memos. What do I hire you for?
I'm supposed to get paid.
Hold
Wait
on.
a minute. Paid? Wait a minute. That I don't get paid. What are you talking about?
Okay, sorry. Go ahead, Matt.
Sorry, Matt. Go ahead.
Well, here's the caption. It says Kentucky Public Schools can now offer Bible classes in social studies curriculum. Isn't this wonderful?
This is public schools?
These are public schools.
What does it say? What grade level?
I haven't gotten to that yet.
Okay.
But it says that the public schools in Kentucky can soon begin teaching Bible literacy courses thanks to a new bill that goes into effect on Friday. Kentucky Governor Matt Bevin held a ceremonial public signing of House Bill 128, which officially passed in April at the state's capitol on Tuesday. The bill grants schools the ability to establish elective social studies courses on Hebrew scriptures and New Testament of the Bible. Oh my God!
You know, you noticed? Did you notice that they're not putting a religious study for the Quran or the Satanic Temple books? You know, the Satanic Bible.
Yeah, but here's another kicker. It says the bill requires that the course provide to students knowledge of biblical content, characters, poetry, and narratives that are prerequisites to understanding contemporary society and culture, including literature, art, music, mores, oratory, and public policy.
What state is this?
This is Kentucky.
It's a garbage state.
Well, it gets even better here. Representative D.J. Johnson, one of the bill's sponsors, said the courses will aim to teach students about the Bible's impact on American history.
No, there was no impact.
No, I totally disagree with that statement.
Yeah, so do I.
But he goes on and says it really did set the foundation that our founding fathers used to develop documents like the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, and the Bill of Rights. All those came from principles from the Bible. No. That's
a big nuclear fucking facepalm moment there. None of that shit happened. This guy must be taking his history lessons from what was that fucker's name?
David Barton.
David Barton. Yeah.
The FFRA needs to get a hold of this, and I agree. Satanic Temple needs to.
Apparently Kentucky isn't the only state. Arizona and Georgia have passed bills in recent years allowing public schools to teach elective Bible classes.
Oh, okay, all right. If the classes are elective, that means they have to sign up for them. That means
correct.
All right, so that means they don't. It's not a mandatory one.
No. But above this picture here, there's a quote from the governor. It says, "I don't know why every state should not embrace this. Why we as a nation would not embrace this," the state's governor said.
There's no reason why we should embrace this insanity.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is
all right. You know what? Honestly, this is my opinion. This is my opinion of why these religious nuts jobs are doing this. One, this is what religion looks like when it's dying. It's starting to try to force it on to children into schools, so this way that they could try to pass on the mind virus of their religion. Two,
and on that, it's because people are actually leaving in droves, and their children aren't being indoctrinated.
Right.
On Sunday. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No. And number two, Islam is making big strides in the push of how the religion is. Their religion is growing because people are fed up with the religion that they got, so they go to Islam, and then they go all splody everywhere, and it's basically out of fear of Islam taking over, and it's in fear of Islam, period.
But here's the funny thing: this person, Kate Miller, she's an advocacy director for the ACLU of Kentucky, delivered a testimony to legislators before the bill's passage, warning that the course's legality will hinge on how they are implemented. The bill in of itself does not violate the First Amendment's established clause, but to comply with constitutional requirements.
That sounds wrong.
Well, it is wrong. I mean, it says the Bible can be taught in public schools, but only for its historical, cultural, or literary value, and never in a devotional, celebratory, or doctrinal manner.
Right.
Or in such a way that encourages acceptance of the Bible as a religious document.
Yeah.
But you go ahead and you teach that with the authority of a book, and kids are just memorize a lot depending upon what age we're talking about. Even in high school, you memorize stuff for a test. That stuff's gonna stick. It just in the back of their mind. It just
I'm just gonna reread that last line that Matt just read. Where he says that the Bible can be taught in public schools. Miller said that, but only for its historical, cultural, literary value, and never for a devotional, celebratory, or documental manner, such a way of encouraging to accept the Bible as religious document. Now that part there, that's very important right there.
That's comparative religions.
Right, it's called comparative religions. But the thing is, they're not teaching another religion. They just want to teach just their fucking religion. They're trying to subvert the
it's all about Christianity. That's all you want to teach is Christianity.
They're trying to subvert the spirit of the law with the letter of the law.
Right.
Such a weird time.
You know, there's an old saying, may you live in interesting times. These times will be very interesting.
These times are very fucked up.
Yeah. These times are very, very fucked up.
Given the Pew poll, I want to look up what level of education the governor has gone through.
Yeah.
It doesn't state if it's just an elementary school or a high school, but it just says public schools.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that needs to be clarified. That needs to be clarified because I left the doors wide open. And honestly,
exactly.
I think the Satanist groups down there, they need to step in and say, okay, well, if you're going to teach this, you should be teaching this.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what I like about the Satanist groups. That they are the trolls. They make Donald Trump troll look like a fucking heyday. They do a good job trolling, and I think they should get down there and start doing some serious trolling on them.
While we are poking at your news, you can poke us at Facebook and Twitter, or poke us with an email at ppapodcast@gmail.com, or leave us a message at 662-709-PPAP. Join us live on YouTube/Packard Pokset on Friday nights at 9 p.m. Central Time. Be part of the conversation by live chatting with us during the show. Enjoy the show? Help support us by becoming a monthly patron at patreon.com/Packard Pokset. Or look awesome by buying something at cafepress.com/Packard Pokset. No money, no problem. You can help us by sharing the show with friends and rate us on iTunes and Stitcher. For everyone that shares and rates us, you kick ass.
The Atheists,
The Bible.
and No Wardrobe, the podcast.
Wait a minute. No wardrobe? You mean we're going to be naked while we do this?
Well, seeing how I'm an atheist and I'm reading the Bible, and since clothes are flammable,
Fire! Fire! Fire!
I thought it might be a good idea to take them all off first.
Naked or not, follow along as we read, analyze, and try to keep you from falling asleep as we go through this boring-ass book.
Find us on iTunes, Stitcher, and Spreaker. Who knows? We may even be on YouTube someday.
I've got a story here, and it's about time we had some good news. And even though it's not here in the United States, but it still helps. Canadians would rather see an atheist prime minister than an evangelical one. Now, according to there's a chart here. It says the percentage of Canadians who would vote for a party led by someone who is a woman at 96%. A black person, doesn't say if they're a man or a woman, 94%. If they're Jewish, 86%. Indigenous, I'm not sure what that means by indigenous. I guess
well, those are Native
Americans, I suppose, or Native North Americans.
Native to the
Native North American, right? At 85%. A gay man at 85%, a lesbian 84%, a little weird there, and atheist at 80%, someone who's transgender at 69%, an evangelical Christian at 65%, someone who's not bilingual 65%, S and H, I'm not even sure what that is, that's at 63%, a Muslim at 58%, a man who wears a religious head covering, that's a thing, at 56%, or a woman who wears
holding, I guess.
Yeah. A woman who wears a religious head covering at 53%. So if you are, that makes me weird. I'm just going to put this out here. What if you are a woman who wears a religious head covering, who's black, and a lesbian and an atheist?
Wow. Got the best of all the worlds there. What if it's Donald Trump?
Donald Trump. I don't. Wait a second. Let me look.
So that thing on his head is a religious covering? I didn't realize that.
I was gonna say I'm looking further down. Donald Trump is at negative 5,000. Okay.
So I'd rather see for what position? Prime Minister?
Prime Minister.
What?
Yeah.
Thank you.
So evangelicals, you can just suck it in Canada. I'm packing a bag.
Okay. But they'll be sorry.
But
they'll be sorry.
Yeah. Well, I could never be. I could never be. I could never be a prime minister there because I'm not bilingual.
Yeah, I think you have to speak French.
Yeah, I have to be able to speak French, right?
Oh, you just learned some swear words in French. And...
I just
No. Sorry.
sorry, broke your arm. Sorry. So I got another one here since we got a little time. Since the fact is we kind of had a little late start because a little technical glitch here. This is interesting now. Apparently, scientists are saying that we're entering Earth's sixth mass extinction, and humans may struggle to survive it. Biologists have used conservative new estimates to prove that the vertebrate species on Earth are disappearing faster than any time since the extinction of the dinosaurs, and humans are now at risk of being wiped out. Bye, human race. We're hitting the reset button and we're going away. So you can take your fucking god with you.
Did you say vertebrates?
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, the study shows that without any significant doubt that we are now entering Earth's sixth great mass extinction event. One researcher, Paul Eldrick of Stanford University of the U.S. in a Senate press release. Even worse, the research shows that we humans, sorry, got that. I'm thinking I went off Ferengi there. Sorry. Humans are triggered the event ourselves. Although many biologists have long believed that Earth is in the middle of a major extinction event, skeptics have argued that the estimates were overstating how fast species were being wiped out as a result of inconsistent data. Scientists have worked out whether we're in a major extinction event by comparing the current extinction rate to the background extinction rate, the rate at which you'd expect species to normally disappear. Yes, Connie.
Yes. No, it was when you said the rate of extinction, and we keep getting the wildlife things, save the pandas, save the tigers, and they talk about the extinction rate, and so that's actually something I've heard. That I was just agree. I was like, it was like,
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Right, sure.
Go ahead.
All right, no worries.
Does this mention about humans though?
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Humans are vertebrates. We're vertebrates.
We have a vertebra.
We have a vertebra, yes.
But
So
unlike cockroaches and things with exoskeletons, or unlike sharks, which are, that's cartilage. It's
Right.
So it's probably about compression, about walking upright, or who knows? I don't know.
That's where I'm getting to that actually.
Go ahead, please.
I'm getting
I'm
sorry. By only looking at well-verified data and fossil record of vertebrates, our best studied group of organisms. I almost read that as orgasms. Sorry.
Put it back in your pants.
Never.
Oh, chicka, wow.
The new research came up with a background extinction. The new research came
That's
up.
no moon.
That's no moon. The new research came up with a background extinction rate that is twice as high as previous estimates. But even using this background rate and the most conservative species loss estimates, that researchers found that animals are still being wiped out at around 15 to 100 times faster than they should be. In fact, the rate species lost hasn't been this high since the dinosaurs disappeared 65 million years ago. So at this rate, the team estimates that around 41% of all amphibian species and 26% of all mammals will be wiped out. Such dramatic biodiversity loss will also put humans in danger within just 3 generations.
Shit.
So the team estimates, particularly if we are also lose crucial pollinators such as the honeybee. If it is allowed to continue, life will take many millions of years to recover, and our species itself would likely disappear early on, said one of the lead researchers, Geraldo Silvanos from the Universidad Autónoma de Mexico. We are sawing off the limb that we are sitting on, added Eldrick. The researchers found also that the main culprit for this mass extinction isn't major events such as volcanic eruptions or meteor strikes. Instead, it's human activity. The researchers found that the following 4 activities have been particularly damaging. Okay, here we go. This is where we've screwed the pooch. Land clearing for farming, logging, and settlement. Introduction of invasive species. Carbon emissions that drive climate change and ocean acidification. Toxins that alter and poison ecosystems. We emphasize that our circulations are very likely underestimated and the severity of extinction crisis. Because our aim was to place a realistic low bound on humanity's impact on biodiversity, the researchers write in journal Science Advances where their results are published. But it's not all bad news. The researchers remarked that we could still avoid such a steep biodiversity loss through the Intense Conservation Act, but that window of opportunity is rapidly closing. So hopefully the threat of the wiping out of our own species will be finally enough to take in us to sit up and take action. So, yeah.
We need to get rid of the orangutan in chief who thinks that, he doesn't think that there's any reason to stop doing everything he does because everybody only has so many heartbeats and nothing you do matters. It's, games and bread and let them eat cake and who cares as long as he has his slice of the pie. There's a lot of other people who just rather turn a blind eye to this crap.
Yeah.
But also you got to figure, with the extinction of animals, all the hunting. I mean, even in foreign countries, like in Africa, they're hunting elephants and whatever. They're all the animals are being hunted.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's all going to extinction.
Yep.
Yeah.
And even here in the United States, the deer and the cattle being killed for meat, and
well, we have an abundance of cows. That's the thing, is that we're clear cutting areas for bigger farms so we could support more people who are eating meat. Now, I have to say this: I eat a meat. I am a meat eater. I love my meat. But the fact is that, and I'm going to put this out there. It was a number of years ago. There was a post on Facebook about this kind of thing, about saying, hey, you're having all these cows, you're clear cutting and whatnot. And actually, I think it was about the CO2 that the fact that, cow farts, basically they're helping to warm up the atmosphere, And I said,
you say cow farts?
Cow farts, yes, cow farts. Methane,
okay.
methane, my friend, methane. And they were saying that all these cows, all their farting is causing the help in the climate change, because of all the methane. And I kind of put on there, I said, well, I'm doing my best. I'm eating them as fast as I can. They didn't find it. Somebody posted on there, says I didn't find it very funny. I was like, it's a joke. I understand about the whole situation, but I'm still trying to eat them as fast as I can. You just bring me more cows. That's all.
Just as long as you're not farting.
What'd you say?
Just as long as you're not farting.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
I didn't understand that for the longest time, and then it was explained to me that it's because of the way we farm. It's the massive congregations of herds, and then the slaughterhouses and things, that all of this creates. It creates a lot of gas, but it's also all of the food that it takes to raise our food, to raise our cattle to be slaughtered, and I guess the emissions from the trucks and whatnot. When you add all of that up, yes, basically cow farts add up to
it's also what they're eating too, the vegetation and whatever they're being fed.
Yeah. Actually, cows. I don't know if this is supported, but I don't think cows are supposed to eat grain. They're supposed to graze on grass.
Yeah, I think so too.
And grain actually creates an overabundance of gas and gastric distress in animals, but it fattens them, and that's why we do it.
Yeah, along with the antibiotics and all the happy horse shit,
Well, I mean, it's like with chickens. They're a lot of them are being fed all kinds of garbage.
Yeah.
Yes.
Literally garbage. All the bad stuff, and then they're.
Well, it's because we want a bucket of chicken for under $20, and we want our $1 fast food burgers. A lot of the way we eat has driven the way we farm. I won't go as far as some of the more alarmist videos that I've watched, but I've seen some that really makes they made a lot of sense of it, and I go, oh, okay, I get that. Yeah, I really don't eat fast food anymore.
I do. I eat a fast food, and but the problem is the rabbits just keep getting away. So Anyway, all right. Well, we got to get out of here. We'll be back on Friday with our Okay, Let's Talk. What we're going to talk about, don't know. Also, apparently, this was a little oopsie on my part while I was setting things up for this a couple weeks back, and I didn't realize until just today that episode 474, it's 472. The file name was wrong. So if you were downloading the show on iTunes, you got a repeat of 469. I have corrected that today. I just discovered it today, so I corrected it. So if you just delete the file and then re-download it, it should give you the right file now. So there's that. If you would like to make a donation to the show, go to paypal.me/PackardPokesat, and then you can make a donation for $1 or $1 million or whatever, because shit's going down right now, and it's real hard to get by, and I'm not even sure if I'm going to make my rent. So I'm hoping I will make it to 500 before before my funds run out, which looking worse every day. So anyway, so please donate to the show, or go to patreon.com/PackardPokesat, donate $1 or more there. But if you want to make sure I get all the Benjamins, go to paypal.me/PackardPokesat, and you can help me out. Or go to, the GoFundMe page, Packard's Payday, and then you can make a donation there as well. All right, that's it. We'll see you on Friday. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
And that's a wrap.